The opposition is capitalising on the government's confused COVID response, but not Judith Collins in the National Party.
ACT has doubled their number of seats in Parliament in our latest Newshub Reid Research poll. And leader David Seymour is rocketing up the preferred Prime Minister rankings as well. As political editor Tova O'Brien explains, the mood for a National Party coup is heating up.
The political death spiral is the slipperiest slope, and National is on the slide. Without a strong National Party, Labour's confounding COVID response has barely made a dent, holding steady on 42.7%, down just 0.3. And instead of exploiting the government's weaknesses, National's only getting weaker itself on 26.9%, down 1.8. But if Judith Collins thought that was bad, this is her humiliation. The ACT Party slaying on a massive 16%, up a record-breaking 4.9 percentage points. Out for the Greens on 7.2%, down 1.3. The Māori Party making minor gains, 2.1, up 0.2. And Winston Peters fades back into political no man's land. New Zealand First on 2.5, down 0.9. Here in the Parliament, where it counts, Labour's red wash has been diluted with 54 seats, but with the Greens 9, the left still triumphs. National's 34 seats, meagre for the former powerhouse. Even with ACT doubling its MPs to 20, it's still not enough. The Māori Party grows its caucus by 1 to 3 seats. The phones will be ringing hot in the National Caucus tonight. The question's not so much to coup or not to coup, but whether to roll now or roll out coup 2022. Posing alongside a bloke in a Sax-Cindy cap. The top of Judith Collins' head will be concerned about her own possible sacking.
What is really important is that we're focused on things that matter.
But her caucus and the country don't think she actually is. Instead, this guy is smashing her. Ask David Seymour why people like him so much more than Collins, and pow.
We're not into crushing people.
Yet he is crushing the artist formerly known as Crusher Collins. On preferred Prime Minister, Jacinda Ardern is still leagues ahead on 41.7%, but she has taken a decent 3.8 percentage point knock. Collins is in dire straits on 6.1%, down 2.1. Nearly twice as many people prefer Seymour, 11.9%, up 3.3. Adding insult to injury, both Collins' caucus foes are registering. And Simon Bridges is being cheered on by his colleagues for another spin in the captain's seat.
Are you worried Simon Bridges is coming for your job?
No, not at all. It's just not happening.
Ardern has been suiting up for battle. Her COVID response has been confusing Kiwis.
My name's Jacinda.
But her name's still not tarnished beyond repair, despite being written in the air. A "We don't love you anymore" Jacinda banner flying high.
Have you noticed a shift? Do you feel like people perhaps like you less than they did?
Okay. I wouldn't necessarily say that I would be the person to be able to judge.
On this poll, ACT doubles its MPs, but Seymour, he wants more.
Whether or not we overtake the National Party is totally up to voters.
Developing quite a taste for power.
Could I please have half a strip of sour blueberry?
ACT definitely leaving a sour taste over in the Blue Party. It is hammer time for the National Party, and Judith Collins is on borrowed time. Some Nats want the bloodletting over and done by Christmas, go into the silly season with people gossiping over the barbie about National at least having a plan for the future, and then a fresh start in the new year. Others want to wait until early next year, worried that people are frankly fed up with politics over the pandemic. The government's a mess, so why make themselves look even messier? There isn't consensus yet about the best approach, but there is, I'm told, a majority of Nats with an appetite for leadership change. On its own, National on 26.9% isn't enough to force a coup right now, but National MPs are also keenly looking at ACT's numbers, and David Seymour doubling his MPs on 16% could be impetus for change this year. Regardless, be it this year or next, all signs point to curtains for Collins.